Everyone, my name is Ramon Arroyo, and I'm back again to discuss more about helping the homeless. Now, as I mentioned before in a previous speech, I mentioned about the different kind of homeless people they are. Just to recap your memory, it's basically the kind of homeless are mentally ill, substance abuse, people who were released from the army, and regular homeless people due to financial reasons, or it could be anywhere from child support to lack of work to criminal history, the different kinds of homeless people. But I failed to mention about homeless families as well in the previous speech. Now, homeless families, it can be a range of family issues where, example, um, a daughter was staying with her mother or father and had two children, and basically the parents don't want their child there anymore, so it led to the parents telling the daughter she cannot stay in the house anymore, so the daughter had to go into shelter for supportive housing and guidance and support. Basically that's the family homelessness. Now, that's main, it's, yes, considered homeless, but it's not as severe as homeless as mental illness, substance abuse, or lack of work. Now, the I can okay now to the point I'm gonna get to is the helping hand. I believe that everyone should sponsor or come together as one and try to see what we can do to help these homeless people, especially the ones who have substance abuse and mental illness. The mental illness is the main concern. If a client is basically sleeping in the streets with no kind of medication whatsoever, no psychotropic medications to help with his schizophrenia, bipolar, or paranoia, schizophrenia, or anxiety, that's very dangerous for them as well as many others. Now, say for an example, you have somebody who's schizophrenic and he's homeless, he's not getting the proper treatment, he's not seeing a kind of psychiatrist, he's not getting any kind of help, he's just laying out on the floor, and he sees a little child walk past him, and what happens? He believes in his mind that the child is there to hurt him. What do you think he's going to do to that child? He's going to attack, and it's not him because he chooses to, it's because of his diagnosis. And this is why it's very important for everyone to try to help in some kind of way, help these homeless people, help them get off of these streets, come together and decide everybody to put charity. 25 cents helps. 25 cents times thousands and thousands of people, it comes out to good money, to help them get off the streets, help build shelters, and basically help them. That's like the main point. If everyone comes together as a group, everyone decides to put a protest for the city on and telling the city get more shelters, get more psychiatrists, get more support to help these people. They're saving their lives. They're making a difference for themselves as well as the homeless people. Now, I believe I covered mental illness. Now we're going to talk about substance abuse. It's kind of strange how no one under the age of 18 can buy alcohol or tobacco. If it's so dangerous to the health and it's so dangerous to the community, it's dangerous to the the homeless. The homeless steal. They decide to do more. How can I put it? They steal. They decide to do crazy things to get that alcohol in their system. Why is it that the government allows the manufacturers to sell these products? It doesn't make any sense. If you have to be 18 to purchase them, but you cannot smoke or drink in the street, so why sell it? For the government could profit. The money that the government makes off of that, they don't say, let me help the homeless, let me create more detox programs, let me make more AA programs. No, it's basically for the government. That's why us as the people, we have to figure out a way how to help these homeless, how to help everyone who has the substance abuse issue. Now, covering alcohol, now we're going to speak about drugs. Heroin, crack, cocaine, dope, marijuana, these are all drugs. They all bad for your health. But instead of the government saying, let me make more detox programs for these homeless clients, what is it that they're doing? They have their police officer patrolling their streets, stopping your vehicle because you have no seat belt, because your light is out. Little minor things, instead of, to mess with us people who work, who pay our taxes, instead of them saying, you know what, police officers, stop harassing these people and let's try to help these homeless get off the street. Let's try to, fund more money. No, they don't want to do that. It's like the government considers the homeless people as it's just a waste of time. That's their life. That's what they choose. Yeah, it's very hard when you have a client who refuses help or refuses, you know, um, any kind of services. Yeah, it's hard, but it only takes a little bit of time and a little bit of effort to change that person's mind. That's why it's very important for us together to try to see what we can do. Now, what else can I cover? This is a perfect example. You have Army veterans who went to Vietnam, who went to Iraq to serve for us, America. Come out and they seen something that basically traumatized them, that caused them to be imbalanced in the brain and caused them to have, for example, paranoia, schizophrenia, or some kind of mental illness. Is it their fault that they are who they are? No, they seen things that caused them that. Now, why let our troops they sleep in the streets and go through these problems without getting the proper treatment, without getting the proper psychotropic medication? I personally don't like this, so I can imagine. Just think about it. Visualize someone fighting out there for us, and after he fought for us, he's in the streets, sleeping in the streets. Think about it. Do you think that's good? How would you feel if it was you? Now, I believe that we all should try to figure something out. Try to, help these people get off the streets. It can be like, I'm from New York and it's 14 degrees and you have them sleeping in boxes with a blanket. I done seen things that I would say, wow. I had a client who, it was about, I think as I recall, it was about 8 degrees outside. I decided to go to the park at 1 in the morning to see, because I normally know where he sleeps at, where his encampment is. I went at about 1 in the morning to check on the client, and when I look at the client, he's fine. He's freezing. As he gets to the hospital, the client is pronounced dead. Took his last breath in the vehicle. Why? He froze. Do you think that's some way for someone to live? That's why it will make a difference. 25 cents, 10 cents, even a penny a day will make a difference on helping these people. Now, I believe that we can all try to write a letter, to our governors or city officials, and see how we can get more fundings to open up these shelters, these detox programs. Try to see what we can do. I really appreciate it. Just remember, $1 a day will make a big difference. Thank you.